Scene script. Imagine being a student and creating something that would revolutionize the world. Well, that's the story of Larry Page. Born as Lawrence Edward Page in 1973, Larry's affinity for computer science and engineering was no accident. Growing up in East Lansing, Michigan, his father was a professor of computer science at Michigan State University. It was perhaps this exposure that stoked Larry's interest in technology, leading him to pursue a degree in computer engineering from the University of Michigan. However, the true turning point in Larry's life came when he entered the doctorate program at Stanford. Here, he met Sergey Brin, a fellow scholar with a shared interest in making sense of the vast amount of data accumulated on the internet. The two were intrigued by the idea of enhancing the ability to extract meaning from this sea of information. Their curiosity and drive would lead them to create something extraordinary from an unlikely place, Page's dormitory room. Within those four walls, they developed a new type of search engine technology that harnessed the power of web users' own ranking abilities. They did this by tracking each site's backing links, that is, the number of other pages linked to them. This innovative approach laid the foundation for what would soon become a household name. With a breakthrough technology in hand, Page and Brin raised about $1 million in outside financing from investors, family, and friends. Their expanded search engine was named Google, a name derived from a misspelling of the word Google, a mathematical term for the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. This name perfectly encapsulated their vision to organize the seemingly infinite amount of information on the web. By September of 1998, Google Inc. was founded, with Larry Page at the helm as chief executive officer. Their project had officially become a company, marking the start of an incredible journey. From a dorm room idea to a world-changing phenomenon, that's the beginning of Larry Page's extraordinary journey. Taking a project from a dorm room to the global stage is no small feat. But for Larry Page, it was just the beginning. The seeds of an idea, planted in the confines of a Stanford dorm room, began to sprout into something extraordinary. Page and his partner, Sergey Brin, found themselves on the cusp of creating a revolution. They needed fuel for their ambition, and that came in the form of outside financing. With a code of audacity and a dash of charm, they managed to raise $1 million. Their investors? A diverse mix of venture capitalists, family, and friends who believed in their vision. With this newfound capital, the duo expanded their search engine project, giving it a unique moniker, Google. The name, a playful misspelling of the mathematical term Google, embodied their mission to organize the seemingly infinite amount of information on the web. By September of 1998, the world was introduced to Google Inc., with Larry Page at the helm as the chief executive officer. The company began to gain momentum, and before they knew it, they found themselves processing 500,000 queries per day. But the story doesn't end there. The next year, Google received an injection of $25 million of venture capital funding. This was the rocket fuel they needed to propel Google to stratospheric heights. The search engine was no longer a project, it was a phenomenon, being utilized 200 million times a day. Page's role as the CEO was pivotal during these formative years. His leadership, vision, and relentless pursuit of innovation were instrumental in shaping Google into a tech titan. He wasn't just building a company, he was creating an empire that would redefine the way we use the internet, forever changing our relationship with information. At the helm of a rapidly growing tech giant, Page was steering towards unprecedented success. Larry Page was not one to rest on his laurels. The success of Google was only a stepping stone. The year 2001 saw Page taking on a new role at Google. He stepped down from his position as CEO to serve as the president of products, creating room for technology executive Eric Schmidt to take the reins. And while Schmidt assumed the title of CEO, Page was far from a silent figurehead. Together with Sergey Brin, Page remained deeply involved in Google's operations. This trio of technological minds steered Google into an era of exponential growth. By 2004, the search engine was processing a staggering 200 million queries each day. But the story doesn't end there. On the 19th of August the same year, Google issued its initial public offering, a move that netted Page a cool $3.8 billion. However, this was not a sign of Page cashing in and checking out. Instead, it marked the beginning of a new chapter in Google's story, with Page at the helm, steering the tech giant into uncharted waters. In 2006, Google made a bold move, acquiring YouTube, the most popular website for user-submitted streaming videos, for a whopping $1.65 billion in stock. This acquisition was a clear indication of Google's intent to expand beyond internet searches, to dominate the digital world in its entirety. Fast forward to 2011, and we find Larry Page returning to his role as CEO of Google. Eric Schmidt transitioned to the position of executive chairman, and Page was back in the driver's seat. Google was restructured as a subsidiary of the newly created holding company, Alphabet Inc., in August 2015, with Page stepping up as CEO of Alphabet. Every step of the way, Page was at the forefront of innovation, pushing boundaries and expanding horizons. His relentless pursuit of progress, his unwavering belief in the power of technology, continues to shape our world today. From Google to Alphabet, Larry Page's journey is a testament to his innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. In August of 2015, Google underwent a massive restructuring. The tech giant we all knew transformed into a subsidiary of a newly created holding company, Alphabet Inc. This change was not just a shift in organizational structure, but a symbol of the evolving vision Larry Page carried for the world of technology. As the CEO of Alphabet, Larry Page oversaw a multitude of projects, continuing to push the boundaries of what was possible. It was under his leadership that Alphabet Inc. thrived, further cementing his legacy in the tech industry. Then, in December of 2019, he made a decision that surprised many. He stepped down as CEO. But this was not a farewell. Larry Page continued to serve on Alphabet's board of directors, ensuring his innovative spirit remains a guiding force. Larry Page's journey, from a curious student to a successful entrepreneur, is an inspiration for every dreamer who dares to think big.